plays up to your blanket, or do I not?
All right, gang.
Hell yeah, you do.
Well, do what you want, 'cause we're live. So, welcome to the world of Hearthron. I'm your host, storyteller, and dungeon master, Bilbo. Come join us as we travel through the tales from the Yawning Portal. This is our second episode of the Shrine of Tamoachan. The plan is to play the same characters through each of the adventures in the Yawning Portal and level up the characters accordingly and finish with the Tomb of Horrors.
That failed a long time.
Our players have completed, not characters, our players have completed the Sunless Citadel and the Forge of Fury, and now we find ourselves here in the Shrine. So come join us as we travel through these old school dungeon crawls. Just one thing quick, I'm going to say this at the beginning instead of the end. Hey, if you like our show, hit the follow button on Twitch or hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and to help our small, humble channel try to grow here and get bigger and bigger. And I believe we put out a pretty good show. So, with that, Torn, you want to recap last week's episode for an inspiration die or a luck card from Lord Games?
I always go with them.
All right.
And my heart and my soul. And you'll see why I want to recap. So we started off with arriving back at the Yawning Portal. We are called for another mission after around a month.
Yep.
We are called for another mission where they said they sent I forgot the word. Like, what were those two scientists called? The explorers.
Oh, the two archaeologists.
Oh yeah, 2 archaeologists, a wizard, and a fighter to go explore this shrine that apparently has myths about holding a different civilization of people. And they haven't heard from them for a week, so now they're sending us to go find them, hopefully alive. So we set off through a teleportation circle, and we found their camp totally destroyed, and we went through the path that they made when our fellow comrades Erebus and Zazriel heard things coming from the trees. And then the ground collapsed beneath us once it got closer, and we didn't see them. Sadly, I wanted to, but I didn't want to fight them. I wanted to see them, but sadly, then we went down into a pit. Only one of us, named Elle, our healer, got hurt by the fall. So we started trekking through, hoping to find an exit. Went to a door and found this crayfish. Crayfish, that's what I said. And Dar ended up talking to it, and it said we could pass away from it, but we could not go towards the rock, which I kind of wanted to, and push the rock and then see what was under it, because I knew something was under it. And I'm so bad. I'm so bad. My God, you guys never listen to the 10-year-old. So rude. We should have killed the crayfish.
Okay.
And then we kept on adventuring into 2 other rooms, and then in the 3rd room, Tor decided to enter first. And it was filled with water, and he chose to put his heat shield down and slide with all the weight. Even though he's weightful, he slides across the room, and the slime plops down on him. And that's where we left off. Thank you very much. Give me that luck card now.
Really? Wow. Maybe I'll give you a disadvantage.
Wow.
All right, go ahead and read what you got, buddy.
1d12 after making a skill or attack roll. I'll need this.
You want to trade that for a D4?
I hate this. This is a d12.
All right, so let's set the scene here for tonight. Torn started running and using his shield as a slide to skid across the muddy water to a pedestal in the corner across the room where there's a silver pyramid that sits atop of this pedestal. When this green slime fell atop of Torn. So, that Let's roll initiative, shall we?
We don't attack, we don't do anything. It's just slime. Clean it off a little.
The one time I'm not prepared for my body.
Somebody hose him down.
We got your beach one.
Yeah.
You got me beat?
I think I do.
That's hard. That's hard.
Okay, so anybody, I'm assuming I'm going to hear this. Who's above a 20?
22.
So
22.
Oh, both of
Who
you
was
are
that?
22.
I got a 3.
So Erebus first. All right. So we have Erebus and Zazriel. Then 16 to 20.
19. Oh.
19 for L. Look at that.
What? Cleric right behind the ranger?
All right. 11 to 15.
I'm 10.
I'm a 12.
I got 11.
Okay, so 12.
I'm 11.
11, 10.
And then, yep, and then Torn. And then
Valiant.
Valiant's just going to sit and read in his book like he always does until he shows up here. So we do have another player joining, our astute wizard, our scholar of the group, and he'll be joining us shortly.
The non-evil one.
Because he's
Besides
at college. Go figure. That's
Yeah,
where the
the
wizard
non-evil
belongs.
one. The non-evil
Yeah, that's why some of the characters are not in the right spot, but we'll get that all fixed later. All right, the show must go on. With that, Erebus, so what do? So you see this green slime fall on top, and I'm not putting this room out. We'll have some this one's going to be Theater of the Mind, but I promise that the next encounter won't be. So.
All right, no worries. Do I have a clean shot, or do I think I'm gonna hit him?
You would think you're gonna hit him. It just seems to be on his body.
Okay. You said I would hit him?
Yes, you think without a doubt if you took a shot, you're gonna hit Torn.
And save a swing of a sword, or is that more precise so I could do a single?
Nope, you think that's probably gonna hit him too.
Okay, great. Well, then we'll take a shot.
Haven't you ever seen a dirty orc? Erebus?
Yep.
That's all this is.
I have 2 abilities.
Are you being harmed?
Put some flaming oil on that thing. You can burn
Are you being harmed?
I don't know. It sounds like
Alright, I guess I'll
Nothing has happened to him yet, other than this stuff that's dropped on him.
Alright, I'm gonna wait until he screams or shows some sign of damage, and I'll shoot. I'm holding. I'm ready.
Ready with the shot. All right.
Ready to shot. Yep.
All right, Zazriel, what do you do?
I shoot him.
Oh.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Hey, coming your way, watch out.
What's your AC, buddy?
I have an AC of
Now minus your shield because you're riding it.
minus my shield.
Minus you can't use your shield or your AC here because you're riding it. And he's also prone. Remember that. So it's disadvantage.
I mean no, 18. Because I don't understand. Actually no, it's a 20.
27.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, 27.
Disadvantage though, right?
Yeah, disadvantage. You got that right.
Yes.
19.
That misses.
All right. So it hits his armor, but it
Does it
doesn't
hurt the
seem
slime?
to go through the armor.
Does it hurt the slime?
Go ahead and roll damage.
10 points magical.
Okay.
What did you say to do?
You don't see that the slime reacts to the hit at all.
Oh yeah, I'm running now. Like if I see the slime doesn't like evolve around the arrow, I'm like, oh. You see Torn like shake his head. No.
Nature or survival? Or is this different?
No, you can make a nature check here,
Yeah,
absolutely.
the slime. It's slime. Probably from you, but we don't talk about that.
17.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. So you realize that this isn't a creature at all. even though it looks,
It's just slime, isn't it?
it resembles green slime. However, it seems to be some sort of algae, and it's just oozing wet algae that's, you know, on him.
It's just a dirty orb. I told you guys. I just had to shoot it just to make sure. And a little bit of target practice on Torn, just in case the day comes.
You share this knowledge?
Yes, I do.
All right, Elle, what do you do?
You're mute.
That's what I call it.
Thank you.
I think that Torn has been hurt by this.
He hasn't yelled out in any pain or anything. No.
Okay. And I hear Zaz say it's not a creature, or it's not.
I say it's not a creature, and it's just brought here because of old age, and it's just nasty slime. That's all it is. It's watery.
Yeah, I mean, just so you guys remember, the walls, you know, you guys have seen this already. This slimy buildup, you know. I mean, it's a lot here. It's a lot of it's white, but this part is, you know, green. Like the floor is mud, and there's overturned pedestals here. Many pieces are broken. You know, like what statues. Other than the pedestal he went sliding towards in the northwest corner,
And I'm gonna
which has this small metallic three-sided pyramid.
it has no bottom.
3 sides of a pyramid. It's a pyramid with 3 sides.
Oh,
Like a four-sided die.
Yes, like a 4-sided die.
Four-sided.
It's wet, right?
It's on a base, buddy.
Oh.
Can't count.
I'm a grass.
The floor he was crawling on, it was wet, right?
Huh?
That's why he slid.
Yeah, he slid because it's muddy. Just like the room that before, where where you were dealing with the giant crayfish, where that floor was slippery and muddy and wet. It's the same thing in this room.
And it looks like it's the same.
Gotcha. So she's going to ready to cast. I guess. Yeah, I guess she'll ready to cast the scorching, or what is it? Brain. I want to think. Burning hands. Yeah, burning hands. That's it. No, figuratively.
All right, second flip. All right, Dara, what are you gonna do?
She's apprehensive that this is even a danger.
How far am I in the room?
You're across the room from them.
Yeah, I just don't like circle.
You're about 20 feet or 30 feet from the rest of them.
It's 30.
30 feet. You're 30 feet from the rest of the group that's at the
Dark
other
gets
doorway.
me.
What do you do, Dark?
Dark Drones takes him out of this backpack where he was trying to find some oil that he could light on fire, and instead pulls out a towel out of his bag of holding and walks over to Will and says, "Here, wipe yourself up, Slimer.
Okay.
You gotta stop drooling."
No, you can, oh, but that would be like, you have to use a double move, correct?
Don't worry about it, buddy. Relax.
I didn't know dwarves'
All right.
napkins were that big.
Kit, what do you do?
Oh, yeah.
Since I'm still in tiger form for all I know,
Yes, you are still in tiger form as of right now.
can I go over and start smacking with the sheath paw, with claws sheathed with my paw? Trying to get the slime off of faster than towel.
Yeah, you can try to go wipe some of it off of them. Absolutely.
Like batting him with my paw.
Yep, yeah, just, yep, no problem. You can go over there and knock some of it off.
Don't cats clean people by clean themselves by licking themselves clean?
Yeah, I thought cats clean
Themselves.
themselves, not others.
All right, Torn, what do you do?
Can I reach my hand out and grab the prism, the pyramid?
It's up a little bit. I mean, you could stand up if
Yeah,
you
can I
wanted
stand
to.
up and
Yeah, you can stand up.
And I grab
Grab the silver
And you're Tulsa!
prism.
and I put it in my bag.
Make a saving throw.
I know you're joking, because whenever you do that one, you're always like, make it saving throw.
Alright,
That's what you're
so,
always like. And
yeah, so it's made of silver.
I'm putting this
It's. I'm gonna just tell you the value of this here. It's worth 5 gold pieces.
okay, I'll put it in my bag.
Okay, no problem. And then, your skin, your exposed skin, like on your hands, you take a point of damage from all of a sudden this acid's kind of the algae, this green slimish algae stuff burns your exposed skin.
And can I like wipe a little bit
So
off?
you take a point of damage.
Does anything happen when you guys appear?
No, nothing happens with that.
It burns! It burns!
And also, Kat, you take a point of damage when you swat some of this stuff off.
Does the
And acid resistance.
does the drawings go away?
Oh, she does. And she takes no damage.
Acid resistance,
Takes
there's no save on this.
Oh, but still.
Right, but the resistance means half damage.
Yeah, it does. So he takes.
But she still would take 1 point.
No, she doesn't.
No, she won't then.
Yeah, she cuts
No.
that's nothing.
So glad I chose the new black dragon board.
That's right.
It all paid off right now, that one point.
Yeah, 1 point.
Lightning oil again.
No, don't burn me. Just get this off of me. Apparently, Kate, you seem to be immune to it, so you're probably the best one to get
I
it.
throw the towel on him since you get it off yourself.
Okay.
You won't be getting your large napkin back anytime soon.
Could I be wiping it off of me?
Yes. So you can clean yourself off. So what are you wearing?
I'm wearing. Again, you're gonna damage my plate mail.
What are you wearing?
My plate mail.
What else?
Nothing else. Really.
Okay, so you don't have a helmet.
Oh, I do have.
He has full plate, shield, and a battle axe, and a halberd.
Alright. You have gloves?
No.
Okay.
I'm so proud now.
Alright.
Right.
Alright, so you'll just take the point of damage. You wipe off your hands. Some of it got.
You
You have
gotta.
to take your helmet off and get some of it that came, dripping into
So I take
your.
2 points of damage?
And actually, I want you to roll me a dex saving throw here.
It's between the cracks in the armor. It's right there, the bridges.
No, I hate myself.
Did you roll a natural 1?
Yep.
Alright.
Those bridges.
Alright, so some of this is slipped through into your armor, into the plate
And your
mail.
balls are on
And
fire.
So you're gonna take another point of damage, and you're gonna want to take off your plate mail, and
Doing the dance.
so you guys see this. He wipes his hands off,
Pants.
and then and his face, gets his helmet off, and now as he's standing, he starts realizing he's squirming a little bit, as he's realized that this algae has slipped through his.
Can one of you help your fellow manly friend out?
Is there a way to clean it?
Huh?
Is there a
Take
way
it
to
off
clean
and put it
You're gonna
back.
have to take it off.
Okay, I take it off.
Yeah, you start stripping off your armor.
When he starts stripping, I'm like, Erebus, can we go somewhere else? I don't want to watch this half-orc contest.
Yeah, because he's got basically,
Walks away.
he's got stripped down.
Hey, kid, why don't you help him clean up still?
Can I try and clean out my armor?
That's what you're gonna have
I
to do.
charge at Zaz and just headbutt her.
Ooh.
Daddy with those paws. You'll enjoy it.
Roll an attack. Roll an attack. I want to see you take damage.
I'm gonna move to the door and check out the door on the other side of the room.
All right, yeah. So, in the sense for that door there, there's nothing special about it. I believe this door is just a wooden door here.
Doesn't seem to be unlocked.
Yes.
No, here.
Alright.
Look at coffee bean.
Once Zaz is done being headbutted by Kit, I'll open the
No one's
door.
getting headbutted around
Okay.
here.
You got
Yep.
me.
So, This hallway, it stretches about 30 feet west, and then it cuts off to the north. It's about 10 feet wide. The walls and the ceiling of this hallway are coated with slime, once again. The floor of this passage is covered with a layer of mud. It also, but through the muck is a steady stream of water that seems to trickle northward, to the north, down this hallway. And the stucco here on the walls seems to be flaking off, and there seems to be a glowing silver tracks in the slime crisscrossing the walls and the ceilings. And that's kind of what you see at just looking down this hallway before it turns off to the north. Now these walls don't look as bad as that other across. You remember in the crayfish room where you saw that one wall and it was deteriorating and stuff, and you felt like it was probably unsafe, to touch, even probably go down that hallway. This doesn't feel that, it doesn't look the same. The stucco is, messed up a little bit, but it's not as bad. It doesn't look like it will collapse or anything in this sense.
So before I go in the hallway at all, I'm gonna call Zaz over and let's both look at these glowing silver tracks. Did I hear you right?
Yeah, there seem to be silver tracks that are in the slime, crossing the walls and the ceiling.
Alright, so I want to do some sort of check with Zaz. Go ahead, Zaz.
20 survival.
Yeah, in a sense, you just feel like it's some sort of probably weird pattern. Not quite sure what it is. Maybe to whatever these ancient people, it means something, but you're not sure. You don't.
Can we get Valiant up there to see if they're ruins of some sort or anything magical?
Yeah, he'll say no. He doesn't believe that's the case at all, and he's more interested. And he walks back after taking a quick look, and he says he's more interested in looking at the stuff that's broken in this room that Torn is getting naked. What's going on? Cat, are you moving around?
Sorry.
No, sorry. So Valiant says he'll stay with Torn right now because he wants to look at some of these broken statues and try to figure out a little bit more of this room. He's interested in the whole the stars as well. So he's gonna spend some. It's gonna take some time, buddy.
I like Doctor Who, Cat, but I didn't know he was playing this.
Yes, you have Doctor Who with you.
All we can see is the top of your head, Cat, and your hat.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lag.
Yeah. No. Yeah. She's good. You're good, Cat.
She's bouncing from the top of her screen to the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up.
We're good.
Worse than Alex over there.
Yeah.
I had to shift.
Yeah. You should scoot up a little bit.
I'm gonna scrape at the wall where there's this silver track or the glowing thing and see if I can determine if it has any effect before I start walking down this hallway.
Yeah. No, it doesn't seem to have any sort of effect at all. You just kind of take some of the slime. Some of the slime comes off the wall. It doesn't seem to eat at your blade or anything either. These walls.
Okay. And then look at the ceiling. Any chance there's more of this algae shit down this hallway? That fell on Torn?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Alright. So that is a 21.
Yeah, so you're looking, seeing if there's any sort of patches or anything where it could fall from you or even on the floor or the side. And at least down this 30 feet before it turns north, you're good to go.
Okay. Alright, so I'll let me look back at how naked is Torn.
He's naked. And now he's wiping the stuff off of himself, and he's got to clean up his armor. He's gonna be. You figure? I mean, he's gonna be at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be well. All right, so I'm gonna stealth forward, just down to the end of the hallway and check out what's around the corner. And then I'll post up there until naked half-orc is cleaned up and dressed again.
All right, no problem.
11 minutes.
Hell's gonna wait until he's completely naked and then hand him a bar of soap.
You're gonna have to show him how to use it too, I think.
I'd punch.
He just stares at him.
Okay, so as you look around the corner here, this hallway continues northward for about 60 feet or so, and down in the middle, at the end of the hallway, is these double doors, and I'll explain everything here you see. But instead of double doors, there continues to be this muddy water. The water seems to flows, ever so slightly underneath the double doors, whatever's beyond those doors. But on the east, along the east wall of this passage stands a 12-foot tall stone statue of a man outfitted in fine clothing, holding a stone tray in his raised arms, just in the sense of you think of maybe somebody holding a tray, serving hors d'oeuvres or something at a party or having drinks on it. So he's holding this stone tray in his raised arms. His eyes seem to maybe have some black gemstones in them. And also from behind on his left shoulder protrudes the hilt of a weapon, most likely a sword. And so you kind of see that just from this distance away.
Can I tell what race the statue is?
He looks human, and I'll show you guys a quick picture of this here too, so you guys can kind of see this here. So that's what he looks like, big guy.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you guys saw it.
Doesn't it look like the little person we saw?
The little person.
These guys are round, weren't they?
Yeah. Remember, this is the round guy. Okay. This one's definitely not round. And just so you know, those things are made out of like stucco, and this thing is made out of stone.
I know this thing's tall.
And 12 feet tall. So it doesn't quite. It resembles it a little bit in the sense, or some of the stuff that you saw. So you assume, yes, that they're connected in some way. However, this is much better craftsmanship in the sense of the word.
Is this all of us down here, or is this just
Right now, this is just Erebus looking down as the rest of you guys are watching Torn.
watch him? That's disgusting.
Is it possible there's something on the tray, or can I see the full width of it and it's empty?
From your vantage point, you think that there's nothing on the tray.
Okay, but it's possible I can't see the whole thing.
That is correct. Yeah, because it's 12 feet tall, and so it's holding up. It's probably right. Just at your vantage point. Once you got closer, you could probably look at a glance and see if there's anything. There could be it's nothing big at least, but not saying there might not be a piece of paper laying on it or a coin or something like that or a ring, something like that you couldn't see. What was that?
Is the tray up in the air, like 8 feet or something?
I would say the tray's probably about at probably 6 to 8 feet, somewhere up there.
Okay.
Right. So I may actually have a worse view if I get closer. without climbing it. But anyway,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna chill until Naked Man gets cleaned up.
So I hot dog.
Perfect. All right. So, with that, Kat, you are going to change back into your form. An hour is up. And I want every one of you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I don't.
I want everybody
You may have
to
to
make a
Take an
Constitution
advantage to
saving
the us that took that anything, or is that not bad?
Yeah, so if you took the poison thing, tell me. Yep. If you
12.
took that, I'm gonna get you.
Damage resistance to poison.
17.
Is it?
a
Is it a
12.
con save?
I'm gonna go around that. Yep, con. Sorry. Yep, con. And Erebus, you drank that potion, right?
Me and him.
That's right, I did.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, you're rolling the die.
Erebus, or?
Yeah, Erebus.
Yeah, I got a 3 and a 12 on the die.
Okay, so nothing happens to you.
I have a 12 total.
I didn't get to you. Said I go around. Zazriel.
10 and 17.
All right, you're fine too. L. Mute. Muted, L.
Mute! I'm now mute. Damn it. I can't talk because of the nasty poison. No, 8.
All right, and then do you have any resistance to poison or anything?
No.
All right, so I have you are minus 6 points. You feel like your lungs now have gotten heavy. You feel burning in your chest even more now. Your eyes are starting to run. Dar.
Well, since I'm a dwarf, I get advantage of poison saves, so that's a total for a con save of 22.
All right. And does it help any in the sense that, so, I think it is. So you're going to take,
It's just advantage on saves versus poison. It's not active resistance. I have to be raging to get resistance.
all right, perfect. All right, so you are going to take 2 points of damage, Dar. And
What the
then
hell's this from?
you feel this in your chest, like some sort of, and something you're just definitely not. It's in the air.
Oh, it's that damn
It's
gas.
that gas that exactly is what you're thinking it is. It's this gas that's causing this. Now, Kit.
So, from my times underneath the earth, or would I have any knowledge of what kind of gas this might actually be? Some natural occurrence underground?
No, you think to be honest, this could be something magical.
Okay.
You're just not sure because it just lingers in the air. Kit, what did you roll?
I have a 6 total.
And then do you have anything to resist against poison?
I don't think poison, but my natural ability against acid.
Acid, but yeah, this won't be the case here. So you're going to take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Torn?
I have a 12 total.
Then do you have anything resistance of poison?
Nope.
All right, so you are now going to be a minus 10 points total.
She takes 1 point of damage.
This is because one, the acid that you had on you, plus now this gas. Valiant.
2 damage.
Well, how did I take that? That's me. What's up?
You
took half, Dar. Oh, okay.
I need you to make a Constitution save. And do you have anything for resistance against poison?
Welcome to the game.
Yes. You're welcome.
The answer is no, and I say horrible. So typical Valiant. Let's see how good I. Yeah, that's a good start. I got a 6.
All right, so you take 2 points of damage.
2 points.
Yes. And so all of you are feeling this effect, except for Zazriel and Erebus. You don't have
They took
no
the poison.
effect
I slide Erebus a high five.
whatsoever. You two don't feel anything.
Oh, you don't get the clothes?
But the rest of you, ever so slightly, or maybe a few of you a little bit more than the others, yeah, definitely feel like the air, this gas in this air is just starting to kind of choke the life out of you a little bit.
This ain't natural. This here's magical. Get the hell out of this room.
So,
I think we need to get out of this whole place.
yeah, this gas has been so far every room that you've got it going through these hallways. It's been there. It's constant in the air. It even affects your guys' dark vision. You know, even though right now you haven't been in any sense, but really even Erebus feels like who has the best dark vision in the group. Feels like really probably about half. You can see about half of what you distance that you normally would see.
I'm a pathetic elf.
Yes, you feel like a pathetic elf right now, and the elves probably feel like I don't know, pathetic. No, I don't know.
You have to ask Bailey.
What about me with my dwarven resilience?
Yeah, the same thing. That your vision is, you know, more obscured. Everybody's
I'm just a
vision.
savage.
This is shit.
So even with
My eyes are
the flame of the torch that Elle has out, it just doesn't radiate as much light as it normally would.
What if,
Which is good in one way.
what if my eyes are glowing gold?
Now that Chuck has his clothes on, and you guys are all poisoned, what have you found up ahead, Erebus?
Thanks, Renard.
Oh, and before we go any further, I want to go back to Valiant. So Valiant, they had you quickly check out the hallway. There's these silver on this hallway that they're in. The walls have this slime layer on, and on the walls, but there's this crisscrossing kind of patterns of silver tracks that are glowing in the walls and the ceiling, but you don't think you don't know what it means. It must have some relation here to whatever this is down here. But you were more interested in the broken statues and kind of this whole where the silver pyramid was that Torn grabbed. There was these, it looked like stars kind of coming down. So can you give me a intelligence check here? And I don't know if you have any history or anything like that, knowledge or anything.
I have history and arcana.
Perfect. So give me a history check.
You got it. No, absolutely. Nope. I roll a 4, which is a 10.
All right. So this is all you're gonna get then. So you think the scene represents maybe a god of moon and maybe lightning, just kind of depicting the scene that the stars, kind of the way this room was set up. You also depict that some of the broken statues. You figure one's a coyote, one's some sort of crab-headed figure. Another is like an alligator-headed, maybe god, and a feathered warrior and a jaguar. They're all broken up, but you kind of put pieces together a little bit as as you didn't want to be you wanted to be distracted and not watch Torn stripped down to this naked body. So you were, so you're definitely heavily involved just checking that stuff out. So.
The slime wasn't a creature. It was just slime, but it was slightly acidic.
Yeah, it's just algae, acidic algae.
It slipped between the cracks of his armor and started sliding and Richard had to get out of his armor.
Yep.
Sounds good. Thanks for the recap. Yep. Seems like typical Valiant to be interested in history and know nothing about it. So
he's like, where's the book? Where's the book?
I read every day, all day, and it gets me nowhere. This is why you use the internet.
All right. So let's go back to
Erebus, do you think if we offer it something that it may not attack us? Do you feel like this is a trap statue? That it's a guard?
Yeah, I think we should think about putting something on it.
What if we put that pyramid that we found on the.
Well, why didn't you ask
What
Billy?
pyramid?
I know something about
What
it.
pyramid?
Torn, you put it in your bag in front of everyone.
You're not the
I
brightest
should get
thief
stuff
there, buddy.
What pyramid? Towards what pyramid? That one that you slid towards.
Valian, do you want to help me and Erebus check out this statue?
I'm here to help wherever you guys. Is the statue made out of stone?
Yes, it is.
Let me take a look at it.
Don't go close.
Ready to stone cutting, Bill.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
That's stone cutting.
Man, why do you question me every time I ask for a certain skill? If I say investigation, don't you think I mean investigation? Alright. Give me investigation. I'm putting your skill into play, but I need an investigation check here.
Okay, well, let's roll the dice. That gives us a total of 17.
Okay, perfect. Then that's good enough. So you it's nicely carved statue, but you also realize this thing is top heavy. So top heavy, that the statue's top heavy, and you feel that if somebody climbed up to the top of this thing, it would probably fall over. Yeah, that's kind of what you get from it. You don't think it's trapped or anything, but you probably want Erebus to confirm that. But you are sure that that if somebody climbed the top of this thing with any weight, it would fall over. And you don't think it would block the path. It's a 12-foot statue, but I mean, who knows? It could break, and who knows what it would happen? Who knows what would happen with that? Also, the eyes of this statue are these black gemstones.
What do I think about those? I'm kind of looking a little bit. I mean, can I tell? Or they look like they're worth something?
Yeah, you think they are worth something, but probably not much. Maybe, they're obsidian, so you think maybe 10 to 20, without getting a closer look at it, maybe 10 to 50 gold pieces each eye, without really getting a closer, look, kind of hold up to your, your eyes.
So I'll go back I'll come to Erebus now and say, well, you can check and see if there's got any cracks on it, but this looks like a great statue to me, except that it's really top heavy. Anybody climb it, you put anything on top or anything like that, it's going to fall right over.
Torn, what's your question?
Does it look like you can grab the sword and, is it like a...
No, so its hands are underneath this tray. The sword is on its back.
Does it look like a real sword or is it stone?
The sword looks like a real sword. It's sheathed. It looks like a sheathed long sword.
Well, the sword isn't made of stone?
Nope. The sword is not made of stone. Or at least the top, the hilt part. The hilt, it's a leather hilt with a strap where you could put your hand in to hold the sword. And that's strapped on his back.
How high is it up?
12 feet.
12 feet, buddy.
No, you're not climbing it up, buddy.
Yeah, without a doubt, Torn would not do it.
I thought it was
Erebus, can you check it for traps?
Sure. Dardo, do you think even that pyramid would tip it over on the tray?
No. No, you don't think it would. You think it's,
How are you going to get it up there unless you just got tossed up there?
You think if somebody, maybe, because you have some lights,
you have some magical means too.
You have some, maybe, somebody under like 100 pounds might be able to climb up there and it not fall over.
That's what I'm here for, guys.
Hey, can you get that sword? Can you get that sword and bring it to me so I can?
So, Erebus, what do you do?
I'm gonna reach into Torn's bag and take out that pyramid.
All right.
You stop at me, Torn? I'm pausing to give you a chance to freak out.
Like Torn just eyes you like.
Then I'm gonna go slip it
You
on
just
top
said
of
you
it.
wanted the stupid longsword.
Yeah, I guess so. I want this.
It ain't worth that much, Torn. Don't feel so sad.
What do you want a longsword for? You have this beautiful
Things
axe.
are actually
I
keys.
want to see if this long sword.
Alright, I'll gently slide it onto the tray and see if anything
You can
happens.
inspect it.
All right. Nope, nothing happens.
You can find
Alright, and then
magical
without
beasts and
touching it any
stuff.
further, I'll examine it and see if I think it was a trap.
Yep. Go ahead and give me a check here.
Alright. Alright, that is pretty good. It's so dark in here. 26.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you are sure that this is not trapped.
Okay. Alright, I'll go back, say, put the pyramid there. Nothing. Zaz, can you want to try to grab the sword? Can you do your thing?
Yeah, I can try.
Do I think removing the sword's going to topple it over, Bill?
No.
Alright.
No, you just think if somebody climbed up this thing, it's over 100 pounds in weight.
I'll go when I have the sword's ready.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to. Is there like a way to climb just the wall?
No. The wall
Can I
itself
like do partially
is.
the wall?
Remember, the wall is slimy and wet.
Yeah, damn
I thought you were going to hold
it. I'm going to try.
I'll whisper to Zaz, I thought your wings, maybe.
You want me to do that for this sword? We could just have the alien just cast spiders climb on us.
I don't know how easy it is for you to do that. Does it hurt when they come out?
A little bit nowadays.
Alright.
Y'all could just climb up there. You small enough.
Why don't we just have Torn grab it then? We'll just back off.
I don't want it to topple down. That makes a loud noise and alerts people that we're actually
Yeah,
here.
if Torn did it, Torn would knock the thing over. Torn can't, without a doubt,
It doesn't
because
work.
it's so high up. Somebody's gonna have to climb up there, or fly, or spider climb, or something. But you're not gonna-
Alien, can you cast spider climb on Erebus?
I can, yeah, of course.
Thank
I'm
you.
Erebus. Zaz is a little scared to go up there, huh?
Yeah,
I'll do it.
I'd rather shoot my bow at it down here.
Okay. Fire climb on Erebus.
Okay.
Alright. I think the walls are okay, or it's not that same algae.
It's not the algae, it's slimy, it's wet. But spider climb will still work on this.
Alright, I'll climb up the wall and try to extract the sword if it'll pull out.
Yes, it definitely pulls out.
Alright. And if it comes free, I'll actually bring it down and hand it to Zaz, I guess, if Zaz is there.
Oh, hey, yeah, sure.
Okay.
This is a nice sword. What's it look like?
So it is in fine condition. It looks very nice. It's actually, when you pull it out here, it's made of laminated wood, and inset with jagged teeth of obsidian.
Oh, I want this. Torn's like, can I have this? Because once he sees the jagged teeth,
Everything, Torn, settle down.
no, it's just the jagged teeth. Like, it's like.
Sir, you just stopped working for the city guard. I think you are much appreciated traveling along with us. How about we wait till a little bit longer and maybe you will get the sword down the line. Does that sound like a fair trade?
What is that, Erebus?
I'll whisper to Zaz. It looks kind of natural. Maybe kids should check it out.
True.
She'd have to get out of her kitty cat form.
She is out of her kitty cat form currently. She's already out.
Hey,
It
Cat,
wore off.
how do you feel about using a sword instead of that staff?
A wooden sword with little sharp
Yeah, it's a laminated wood sword. Very nice, long sword. And yeah, it has obsidian, kind of jagged teeth on it here. It definitely, it definitely looks natural.
Okay.
All right, here use this, and when we take a rest, maybe have a Valian look at it.
Okay.
You and him together can figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'll keep checking out the hallway and move down towards the double doors.
Hey, wait, you forgot the eyes.
Who said that?
Zazriel said that. I forgot the eyes.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's gold.
They're obsidian. They're obsidian gemstones. Black obsidian gemstones.
They're worth something. A little bit is something.
And they could include his
I'll climb
artifacts.
back up and look at him, Bill. What do I
I'm
do?
sorry, just before last adventure we were all poor. But I'm sorry that the loot
Yeah, you get up there and you take a closer look at them. One, you do think that you could probably jimmy them out.
Alright.
They're probably worth about 10 gold pieces each.
But we keep counting his artifacts.
That's right. Go ahead. Face the statue.
How much out of that?
On Twitter and bear our asses.
20 gold. You really want them?
we can sell them as artifacts.
That's what I
Alright,
said.
I'll prime out with my dagger, Bill.
Alright, give me a sleight of hand on this
Alright.
History.
You guys have already said it's not trapped or anything. It's just gonna topple over if
That
somebody's
was a
on it.
one, Bill.
You want to just leave gold down here?
one. One?
I'm out of the way. I'm out of the way.
Alright.
Hey,
So describe to me what happens as you are trying to jimmy this out and knock this statue over.
Oh no,
I take
I'm
my
out of the
off
way.
the wall, off the sides of the spider climb,
Yep.
and I'm just gently crying, thinking, like, move a foot to go onto the tray, and that puts enough weight on the statue that it starts to fall, and then I'll let you decide what happens next.
I'm out of the way.
So yeah, don't worry about it. No one's really under it or anything. So it falls over, making this loud crashing sound. And can you give me a perception check now, Erebus?
Alright.
no wonder they kicked you out of the Underdark.
24.
All right. So you do notice that behind, when you knock this statue down, there's actually a secret door.
Come on, guys. Let's leave the statue here.
So yeah, it's only about 5 feet high. So it's a smaller secret door. But you definitely find this secret door here that you can open.
I couldn't find it with stone cutting.
Nope, because it's behind the statue.
Alright, well, do I know how to open it?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. You would have never found it without moving the statue.
Wow.
So.
That's hilarious. Alright, well, do I think it's, do I know how to open it? Is it trapped, etc.?
No, it's not trapped, and you definitely can open it if you'd like.
Okay. So I will get people where they want to be, and we'll
Okay.
open it.
I'm a.
Okay.
Is it this?
Don't worry about that. No. Not with it.
That's the order, yeah.
So yeah, and remember, there's still a door further down north. About
Yeah, the double doors further down.
yeah, double doors.
Right?
So here,
Double door.
It's a secret door, buddy.
What double door?
That's all I heard.
Did the statue break or just tip over and hit
it just tipped over, fell on the ground. Well, it's actually even still kind of shimmied along the other wall, the other side of the wall. So you guys will have to kind of step over it to continue on, but it's not going to impede anybody.
And especially not me.
So this So this hallway here, it's a narrow passage here, probably about 3 feet wide and 5 feet high ceiling. So it definitely seems cramped and dark, and it goes about
Just like
probably about 40 feet east, and then it turns off west here.
Alright, so check the ground before I go.
Or, I'm sorry, it
to the
goes,
side.
sorry, my bad, I'm sorry. 40 feet east, and it turns north, sorry.
Alright, no problem. So I will check the ground, see if there's any signs of tracks.
No, there's not.
Alright, no problem. And start moving forward slowly, checking the ground as we go.
Okay, so everybody gonna follow on and down the secret?
It goes Erebus, Zazra,
I'll get right behind you, Erebus.
Star. It goes
Perfect little situation here in these cramped quarters.
Okay,
What does he do?
He goes behind it, Erebus.
Okay.
Yeah, we are in a cramped situation.
alright. So, the hallway turns north, as I said, still narrow hallway. It goes about 60 feet to a dead end.
It's unlikely. Alright, I'll search for a trap or for the secret door then.
I
Alright,
think I'll help him using whatever stone cutting it might get.
alright. Go ahead and give me a perception check. I'll give you this at advantage since Dar's gonna help you in this one.
Alright, so that is 15. Is 23.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you find a secret door here at the end of the hallway here, and you have to just kind of release this kind of catch to basically open it up. So kind of figure out how to open this up.
Okay. And we will just go ahead and open it up.
All right, perfect. All right, so yes.
I'm behind the hallway.
All right, so this hallway, this opens up here a little bit. Now back to 10-foot hallway here, and the hall is has just mud and kind of that mucky floating muck on the water as well. It seems that there's water that flows, it's flowing west, so flowing kind of towards you guys further from the east, and down the hallway, probably right at the end of what your dark vision can see right now, you know, with this gas and stuff, you see a set of double doors that to the east. But across from you, right where you're here, there's another door, and where this water seems to be flowing towards. And this here is a, let me just make sure the door here. Yeah, so in this, this is just a normal door right across from you, 10 feet from you. So there's a door there. Okay. So it's like a hallway, long hallway, door across from you 10 feet, and then further down east, probably 60, 80 feet, you're not quite sure, is a set of double doors down there.
Quick question. We were able to get the gems, right?
I guess let's look at the door straight across. We'll check it for traps and lock, blah, blah, blah.
All right. Just make sure that that door is fine. All right. Okay, I'm sorry. You made a check to see if it's trapped or anything?
That's right.
Okay, what did you roll? I'm sorry.
20.
Okay. No, it is not trapped. However, you feel like there's some heavy weight behind this door.
Alright, and it opened in, so it will be hard to open.
This door actually opens outwards towards you.
So that's easy to
Where are we
open.
going?
So I could open it, but something would come at us.
Okay.
That's what you're perceiving. Like there's definitely something. Make another perception check for me.
Okay.
Are we uphill or down?
24.
You even so listening to the door a little bit more. You get closer to the door as you hear this, and you hear kind of this crackling sound, and you hear like maybe even some swishing sound.
So I'm going to.
Crackling.
I'm gonna get out the
That's
door,
switching.
shield up.
You're still in this hallway. This is directly. You're still in this cramped 3 foot by 5 foot hall, unless everybody comes out.
Is there a gap in the bottom? It couldn't be water. But
The water is running into this room underneath the door from the east.
We going uphill or down?
You guys think you're going? You think you're at the point going maybe slightly up.
Yes.
That's what you think right now. You might be slightly up.
But the water's flowing into the room, correct?
Definitely, yeah. The water's definitely
So go back.
flowing in.
I'll go back and relay this to Zaz, Dar, whoever.
Yeah, Dar's right there with you behind you.
There's something pushing on this door. A bear? An animal? A bear? You think that it's a bear on the door, other side of the door?
Oh, I didn't say. I think it was. Is it a bear?
I don't know.
Is it Dar the dirty?
What kind of noises makes you think it's something?
Oh no. Okay.
What do you mean?
A squishing sound, right?
A crackling, squish.
Swishing, not squishing, swishing. Swishing.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all right.
Squishy?
Swishy.
It's a gay bear. Roar. Crackling is an odd one.
Do you want to go listen? Go ahead. Maybe you'll have a better idea.
I'll go listen.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a perception check.
A 10. Oh, 11, sorry.
Yeah, you're not. You're like, I don't hear anything. You definitely feel like there's weight though on this door. It's there's definitely something heavy along the door, and you see this water. Yeah, it's flowing underneath your feet, underneath the door here.
But it's flowing into the door, right?
Yep. Nope, flowing inwards.
So from where I'm standing, it's going under this door to the other side.
That is correct.
So, all right. Well, then I don't think we're worried about it. Us pushing on the door. Yeah, I got a good idea. What's that? Let's get Tor to open the door for us.
Oh yeah, I
I
can
like
do.
doing that kind of thing.
I love that idea.
I'll stand behind him a little ways, just far enough back and see what happens. You keep saying that we should let him do it, but he's the tank or whatever the heck that means. I don't even know what a tank is. I thought that's what a tanker is when you have ale in the drink. That's the side of things. He wants to go forward, let's let him go forward and open the door. We'll just support
You know the liquid in the tanker? That's his brain. It's liquid.
him. I know, but,
Jock goes, hey, you idiots. Well, what about the other double doors that are on the other side? That were down the other hallway.
Alright, I'll move toward those. Thanks, John. Alright, I'll go slowly checking the hallway. If these guys open the door behind me, that's fine. And I'm gonna go to the double door, check that one out.
I'm gonna go with him.
All right.
Are you guys trying to
So,
come and get me to open the door?
We're out of the way, and if you guys are trailing, you're probably at the door.
yeah. So yeah, going down down this hallway. So this here is oh, okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yep, so you go to these double doors, and you hear faint, kind of melody sound that seems to be coming from the other side of this door. You can't determine if it maybe is singing or echoing of dripping water in this great cavern, but that's kind of what you get at these doors as you.
Could it be a music instrument?
It could be a musical instrument. It could be somebody singing or humming, or it could be something that echoes here off the caves, or maybe there's dripping water. That because you've been seeing all this water and everything, it could possibly be, water or something too. You're just not quite sure.
All right, we'll regroup. I will tell them. All right, we want the bear leaning on the door or the musical instrument.
John goes, hey, there's that other door. Remember, past the statue too.
Full door.
Yeah, the other set of double doors past that big statue that you knocked over. Remember, that's where we're going.
Yeah, I remember.
If you're gonna open that door, just let me know, cause just in case something does come out, and I want to be down the hall. So Torn, before you open that door, you let me know, okay?
I'll tell everyone. Sorry, Albert, go ahead.
3 doors.
Yes, you have 3 doors as options right now. 1, there's one that you feel pressure. 2, the set of double doors down this hallway to the east where you hear either somebody singing, maybe somebody playing a musical instrument, or somehow the water kind of echoing off this cavern that you guys have been. And then the other door is that other set of double doors that was past the stone statue that you guys haven't investigated yet.
Well, let's go.
All right, so there's a vague consensus. We'll go back to the doors we haven't checked yet.
Water swishing in a crayfish. I bet we're underground underneath the lake or oceans.
We're underneath the city's system.
All right, so you go back there.
Couple doors past the statue, yeah.
Yep. Let me find that here.
And check those doors out too.
Yep, I gotta find it here. Just make sure. All right, so the doors here, these are bronze, and they seem to be tinted blue though from probably oxidation here. In here, you rolled. Did you roll me perception here on to see if they're locked?
18.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you don't think they're trapped, and they are not locked as well. And
these are our go-to. I don't hear anything behind them. No pressure on them.
no pressure, nothing like that.
All right.
And it wasn't an obvious door before. Also helps.
What is this?
It was obvious.
It was obvious. You just might not have heard it, Dan.
The one that was hidden by the statue.
No, this was a door at the end of the hallway. The secret door is where you guys just went around and came from the other way. That wasn't the obvious one.
All right. I'll tell you to open it. Then I'll open that door.
Oh, should I open it?
All right, so John just kind of goes back to where Valiant is. All right, let's watch this.
Is this the
It'll
blue
be
hairs?
the least obvious one that everybody dies and blows up towards.
Yeah.
All right, so you open up the doors here.
We open the doors. I open the doors.
Okay, so perfect.
Is it this?
Yeah. So.
Okay, should I move everybody like up? Because it's double file.
I don't want it,
But
buddy.
you go just like this, man. We don't have to be right next to each other.
Yeah, so a little bit better.
You know, be in front.
No.
Technically, you are behind Doc.
Thank God we didn't have online streaming. We were in our 20s.
Why is that?
It was off camera.
Huh? What was that?
When I slept during a game, it was off camera.
Oh. She's tired. She had a long day at work.
I know.
All right. So, yes, exactly. When you passed out at the table, you were off now. When you were snoring on the couch or wherever. Yes.
More a couple of times.
Yeah. All right. So let me describe what you guys see here. And once again, thanks, Mike Schley, for I got these rooms produced. So we should any rooms that I want to produce. I will be able to again. So we are back with Mike with this one, quality maps. Didn't do it in color. Actually, I did one, but it's a shorter one, and I'll just show you the color here so you guys can take a look at this.
Nice. I want that one.
Yeah,
This
well,
is kind of black and white down there, huh?
yeah. I mean that's all black and white. This one's the color one. Maybe another time. But
It looks like a bigger version of that, a smaller version of
just
that.
trying to make sure I get it figured out again, the scale, so which I was able to do. So this door opens up into a room here. There are two small alcoves. Each space contains an old fountain, cracked and crusted with lime. Around the fountain, in the eastern alcove, is a heap of rubbish that litters the floor. The fountain to the west alcove still holds some green, scummy water in which something moves. A short hall ending, descending steps lead into the central chamber, which is flooded. As you see here, that's all water here. Dude, just don't. Okay. All right. Which is flooded. A dark, foul pool covers the entire floor. A central hall, flanked by narrow aisles. It is definitely by 2 rows of massive square columns. The walls here are coated once again with slime, and there are glowing silver lines etched across them, just kind of in the sense of what you saw in the hallway behind you. From what you can see of the chamber's walls, the stone appears to be crudely worked. 2 corroded bronze braziers stand in the pool, in the middle of the pool there, towards the middle of the room. 2 broken urns, each apparently once were about 4 feet tall, poke up just out of the water here. In the darkness, on the eastern wall, appears to be this enormous growth of this greenish hue that gives off the same silvery gleam as the slime trails do. So there's this large growth along that eastern wall. I can kind of point this out here where it is. So right there It seems to be this large thing on the wall that just seems to be kind of glowing a little bit greenish and silverish. That's on the wall. And like I said, yep, the room here is flooded other than to your flanks. To each side of you, there's these 2 alcoves on each side of you, and one's all that rubbish on the eastern side of you, and then on the west, it seems to be some sort of pool or whatever.
They should check on
Valian, you still have the spider climb up?
I don't know why it would, so I suppose so, yeah. How long is it?
I think it's an hour it lasts, is that right?
I'll take a look. Let me just give me a sec.
Yeah, it should still be up.
you should check on
Okay.
that.
And so is that green glowing thing, is that the only light in the room? It's pretty dark otherwise, or completely dark?
Yes, yeah. Other than that green glow over there, it's dark in here. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
What you gonna do there, Miss?
What's that?
Just a 10.
Okay. What you figure is the walls, it's just lime, which you also figure is polluting the water. And that's kind of all you kind of get from that.
And there's something moving in the water.
It's actually in the western wall. The alcove, the western alcove over there, there's this pool, and there's definitely something that seems to be moving in that pool.
You want me to light it up?
I want to hit it.
That's good memory. It is an hour long.
Okay. And those aren't things. Those aren't stepping stones. Those go to the ceiling. Those.
Yes, those are big old stone pillars protruding from the ground. Yep. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna stealth into the right. You said the moving things to the left, right?
Yes. Yep. To your left. To your right is just a bunch of rubbish, like rags and stuff over there.
I go
But to your left is where there's the western one.
I'm gonna climb the wall there to stay off the ground.
Okay.
And move along to that corner, and then I'll get ready for Torrent to go attack the wall.
All right. Why don't you move both of you guys?
Okay.
I'm just predicting. I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, it's happening.
No, I think he's going. Are you going? Hold on 1 second. Erebus, were you going to the opposite one, or the one you climbing up the one
Yeah,
where he's
I'm in
going to
the far right corner, lower right corner of the room.
This one. Okay.
The one with the stuff that's moving in?
That's the left from my point of view. Sorry.
Oh.
The other one. Is that where you're going?
Way on the other side.
Yeah, the other opposite, the other room, the other alcove.
Oh.
There we go. I still have line of sight. To
No,
it.
the other alcove.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
thank
not
you.
trying to move it.
Just pick them up, bro.
Yeah. I don't have.
I
Alright.
still have line of sight there. So
Calm
to
down.
the other well.
Yes, so you have access, yep, to, you still have line of sight, yeah.
Where is it in the room?
All right, I'm gonna post up in that corner, 5 or 10 feet up, and get ready to shoot.
Okay,
Where's this in the room? Where is it in the room?
hold on. Where's what?
The green thing that's swimming around or whatever.
It's in that, the well.
Okay, then I'm gonna move up and smack down.
Yeah.
I smack down.
Hold on, relax. Put Dar at the hallway.
It's a 24 on stealth for me.
Okay, perfect. Alright, that's actually good to know.
Anyone else want in the room?
Anybody else moving up?
I got Gladys out just in case.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, smack down.
Alright, so
Roll attack.
no. Oh. Okay, yes, roll an attack. Go ahead.
What are you swinging at?
He doesn't even know. He's
Ah.
just swinging. Comes over there and just swings in the pool of water.
Yeah, I miss.
Alright, so you just this big splash.
Okay, actually,
bro.
So he
You
Okay.
fumbled, man.
You need to say what you roll on the die.
Okay. I'll say that.
You roll a 1.
Yep. So what happens is he swings down.
All right.
And his axe drops onto the floor as he tries to swing. Oops! Like his arm, because he's old, his hand cramps up and he drops the axe.
All right. So you drop the axe behind you. And you don't even see what's in there. You just splash water up on you. Some of this mucky kind of greenish water comes splashing you in the face. And then from the other side of the where you are, Erebus, these rats come scurrying out of the clothes here and stuff.
So roll.
And start going.
Really, you chose now to take a bath, Torn?
And they go Dar, I'm going to give you this, because they go scurrying by you, and going to attack Torn. But I'm going to give you an attack as they kind of go by you. This just large swarm of rats just goes right on by you and heading right towards Torn. So you can go ahead and take an attack at him, though.
All right, I'll take a swing.
Yep.
Where do I put my... Hold on a second. Yes. That would be a 23.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, for 13 points of damage.
Thank you. All right. And perfect. All right. And then these rats, they start kind of snipping at your armor, but can't get through your armor. And can I have initiative for everybody?
Yes.
You got me this time, Tori.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody above a 20?
21.
Still. No.
Hold on. No. Okay.
All right. Anybody from 16 to
19.
20?
19.
I'm faster.
Actually, you know what? In that case, Bill,
Yes.
I'm going to use, I've got 2 of those luck cards. I'm going to choose my initiative score. It's now at 20. I'm down to 1 luck card.
All right. Perfect. So just right in front of Dar.
Wow.
The Torn. That's beautiful. All right. He deserves it.
That's what you do when you roll a 1.
All right. Anybody else? 16 to 20.
I rolled a 17.
11 to 15.
Bailey's at 12.
Ooh, Marion. Let's go. Give him props. Give him props.
All right. 6 to 10.
I'm an 8.
And 8 for
That's 6.
Erebus. 6 for Kit. And that puts L at what?
3.
Oh, 3. A wonderful 3. Is that Snuggles?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Another die.
alright, jeez. Alright. I'm sorry. Our puppy's upstairs.
A howl. A howler.
Not
A direwolf.
apparently not happy.
It's our direwolf.
Will you just go make sure that they're not outside, Billy? Well, actually, you attack. You're at first, Zazriel, then we'll check. Zazriel, you are out.
Alright, so the room's super dark, huh?
Yes. Other than that glow. There's that glow from over there in the water.
Is this like a ledge?
Yeah, actually it is.
And then are these
Rats.
stones out of the pillars out of the ground?
Oh no, that's not a ledge. Sorry, those are
walls.
Those are walls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll just step right there.
You know that's where they're at.
And then I'm gonna cast light in the middle right here.
Okay.
And so it's a 20-foot bright light and 20-foot dim. And at first it starts out as blue, and then it goes into a reddish black light.
All right. So right there,
Yeah.
on that pedestal out there.
The light of darkness.
Okay, perfect, cool.
And as I'm doing that, what are these pedestals? Like, are they actual pedestals? Like, I could,
No, those are you talking about
the 8 things in the middle? Yeah.
those things around the square things? Those are columns, stone
Like all the way
columns.
up? They
Yeah,
go all
to
the
the
way up.
ceiling, yeah, all the way. Yeah. So yeah, the things in the middle, there's 2 of them. 2 of the things look like what they probably were was they're corroded bronze braziers that are there in the like 2 broken urns there. So
Yeah.
all right,
Like
perfect. You do anything else, Ash?
No, that's it.
All
Should I
right,
just abbreviate there?
all right.
You got a crit, man.
Jod is just gonna, Billy, will you move Jod to the doorway?
Yep.
What did Torn do now?
I dodged on them haters.
Dar, you are up.
Alright, I'm gonna grab Gladys for the first time. I'm gonna swing twice.
All right.
I call her Rat Smasher from now on.
Right? Alright, first one. That's 24
All right, that hits.
for 12 points damage.
Got it. All right.
And a 21
That hits again.
for 14 points damage.
Got it.
I only get 1 attack.
Sucks when your character dies.
All right. So yeah, you're just killing just rats, just blood. You know, just a bunch of pus and blood is kind of squirting all over the place. Torn, you are up.
Okay. Picks up his axe and is a 12 gonna hit?
12, I believe, does hit. Yes, it does hit.
It'll be for 4 points, and then he's going to action search. Actually, he doesn't know what else is in this room.
Restrain himself for him.
Because he's
Giant rats, man.
Because he's hurt, he's going to just use a second wind. to
Okay,
take that
that's
back.
probably a good idea.
I gained 5 hit points back.
All right.
It was on a 10, and it rolled to a 1. So I'm -5.
Got it. All right.
-5? So I have 30 hit points left.
Okay. All right. All right. That's Torn. Valiant, you are up.
So, are we fighting rats?
Yes, that's what they're fighting.
Valiantly.
Valiantly killing rats. A swarm of giant rats.
Killing rats are over. I'm reading my fucking book. I'm not aware of what's going on.
All right. Perfect. All right. All right. So this green thing. Moves along.
Those walls go all the way up, so we can't see what's going on in that room.
No, except for Zaz, sort of. So that green thing, it's pretty large. It's a large, maybe, about 8 feet or so. It just sat. It's kind of just moved along the wall, and make an intelligence check.
Nature?
Yeah, nature. I'll give you nature on this one, actually.
No, just 10.
Alright. What you are going to get, you don't understand it, but you almost think it's making some of the same sounds the crayfish was making. All right, Erebus, you are up.
I don't see the green thing. He's fighting
No.
rats.
Yes, he's fighting rats.
I'm just ready to shoot a worthy target.
All right, perfect. The rat's gonna attack on Torn here.
Maybe some of this one. 21 AC.
21 AC. Nope, trying to poke through your armor.
I have one spare. I'm going to use one, and I'm going to repulse that.
All right, so you're gonna use one of your maneuvers.
Not my first one.
No.
Is an 11 gonna hit?
11 hits, believe it or not. The rats.
So,
It's gonna take
13 points of damage.
Yeah, it's just one. 13. All right, so with that, yeah, you managed to swing down on the remaining of the rats there.
I just cleave.
And they seem to
Meat cleaver.
they seem to die off.
I call this meat cleaver.
All right, Kit.
Can I move?
No, that was, remember you did that was a maneuver, buddy.
Oh, so close.
Kit, you are up.
I don't see anything that's going on, right?
You know that you knew some rats came scurrying across the hallway at Torn when you heard this large splash of water and clank of metal, and so that's all you know. And but you can move closer, down the hallway towards the group.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right, you want to just move her along down maybe into the room. Right there. All right, perfect. Al, you are up.
Right. So much excitement. Oh.
Torn, you better grab those rat hides. They might be worth something.
She's gonna go cut right
But why don't you cut yours off?
towards Erebus, if that's possible. So
Yep. Yep. No problem.
You won't see me, but yeah.
Okay.
She knows which way a Torn is. She's gonna think the other way is. And that's it.
All right. Perfect. All right. New round. Zazriel, you're up.
I go into angel mode.
Oh, okay.
What does this look like?
What does this look like?
A little bit like last time, where she.
What about our new viewers that might be watching for the first time? What does this look
That's what I
like?
was about to say. But she sprouts up her wings. They turn skeletal-like for a second before she takes off, and just the last mite of her turns them back into beautiful blue, gold speckled white wings.
You can't be that. That room's not that tall. Hold on 1 second.
From her back. You can't go that high.
It definitely it's not that high.
He goes back down.
Yeah, so this
20
is 20 feet high. Yeah.
Bump in the ceiling again.
You could add him.
You gotta break that ceiling, girl.
Where do I see you? Where do I see you?
Alright.
You already got bigger.
So I
You don't
go
have two
here, I shoot twice at him.
Okay.
Is that you? Ukulele. Ukulele. That's you.
15
15 hits.
for 16 points of damage.
All right.
Magical.
Advantage die.
16 hits.
16 hits, and there goes that. Get an advantage die back from him.
You could add in D4 instead of using any damage.
I don't want to use that. 16 points damage.
16 more points.
I don't want to.
All right. Got it. Very nice. So yeah, so it just what you see is when you hit it with your arrows, pus, this green pus kind of oozes out. Milk, kind of greenish milkish ooze kind of comes out, and it kind of makes a noise at you.
There's something around the corner.
All right.
What, your life? Oh!
Chop's like, oh, well, what is it? He turns invisible. I want to see. So he turns invisible. He's gonna fly up where you're at. Yeah.
Your mother.
Yeah. So.
He's like, Mommy?
I'll tell you, Tim. Tell me what it is if you know.
Yeah. I guess
It's my mommy.
Hey, Slimer,
he's like, I have no idea what the hell this thing is. It's just some sort of monsters thing. I don't know. All right. Dar, you are up.
Could you do a cheat to get him done?
Hey, Tor, he said there's something around the corner. Let's go. And I start moving towards the corner there.
Probably Jot's mom.
I got a 35 movement. Where would that
Do you want to go in the water?
So once you go down a couple of the stairs there, it goes into water.
How deep?
Yeah, how deep is the water?
Ah, that's a good question, sir.
2 feet under. 4 feet.
So make a perception check here for me.
Perception.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dear. What's my perception? Well, that's probably not that great. Perception is... Where's that one? Oh, it's a 14.
Okay. Yeah, so you think it's probably about 3 feet deep or something like that.
So taller than you.
It's going to hinder me in combat?
Probably.
Aren't you only
You're-
2 foot 5 inches?
You're not sure. You haven't fought combat like this yet.
I have.
At least I know my head's above water. I'm 4'5".
Yeah.
So it's up to my armpits about.
That's what you think, yeah.
Your beard,
What do you do?
Your beard deep.
And this is right at this creature's right at the water level. So it's right just right above the water. It's not up on the ceiling or on the wall. It's on the walls. It seems to be climbing on the walls there. You can look at it. You can see it kind of around the corner. But it definitely seems to be sticking around on the edge here of this water.
And so do I know what it looks like then? If I can see it?
Yes,
Lit up.
it's lit up. It's this lit up greenish, kind of with silverish creature. It hasn't nothing. It kind of looks just like a right now, and it's got some ooze coming out of it with some arrows, 2 arrows stuck in it. But as of right now, it doesn't have any like arms or anything. It just seems to be almost like a big slime. Give me a nature check, in fact.
Like a sea slugger or something?
Maybe, yeah. Give me a nature check.
Alright. Nature. I have that.
Probably not, but you might. You do live with bears.
18?
What was that?
18!
18. Yeah. So it looks like a giant slug.
Crap. Hell with it. He goes for it. Move him up 35 feet into the forward.
And that's how much did he just move? 25. Well, I mean, but right there.
10 feet into it.
Okay, so 10 feet into. You had to move 10 feet into the water?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So first, give me a dex check here.
Alright. Just plain old dex.
Plain old dex here.
I rolled a 5.
All right. Yeah. So you go down and you actually slip on the stairs and you go underwater right now. So knock him prone.
That's not
Good luck. I told you were too short.
All right. So that's Dar. Torn, you are up.
Okay.
Oh, round number 2.
Okay, and he's going to try and attack the monster. But first,
Okay.
dex-
First, give me a dex check.
natural 20.
All right. So basically,
He does like a
you
shield, but
go
like
running around, stepping over Dar, maybe on Dar.
Tippy toes over Dar.
All right, so you get there, yeah.
and I'm going to attack.
Well,
no,
It's a 2. I thought it was a 1. Oh.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm going to use an advantage on this thing.
okay, so advantage on attack roll. Got me a luck card back. Got a couple back already.
Is that a 3? Is that another 2?
Yep. Why did I use this one?
No, you can only use 2. So, all right, so you rolled a 2.
Yep.
All right, so you just whiff in the air at this thing. All right, Valiant, you are up.
Brave warriors.
So, we got Dar slid in the water, and that just Zazar went angel mode, and Oran's up ahead, and we're fighting rats in the slime.
No, the rats are they're dead. So you saw Dar run into the water and fell in the water. And then Torn just seemed to graciously somehow almost like walking on water, goes in there but he just completely whiffs at something. There's a slight glow around the hall, but you don't have no idea what it is because it's behind a wall where you're at. But it definitely seems to be some sort of greenish glow that's kind of illuminating Torn there a little bit.
What's the dealio with the water? Is there a lake or a river or what?
The whole room is filled with water.
Is it stationary water?
Yeah, it looks stationary actually, yes.
Okay,
It's kind of dark. Dark,
I guess I
greenish,
will
algae water, huh?
affirmatively follow the group.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just move 30, and what kind of position that puts me in?
Right at the door.
And it just puts you at the doorway still.
Okay, who else is around me? Is everyone already ahead already?
Yeah, everybody else is in the room.
Wow, okay. I'll just go with that. 30 it is. All done.
Alright.
Too busy reading your book.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, you can move into the room if you want to use more movement, or you want to stay outside right outside the room.
Well, I'll just take my time. I don't see a reason to go rushing ahead.
Alright.
I wasn't dying yet.
Alright, perfect. Alright, now this thing. Alright. This guy, you just whipped, but you shot 2 arrows, you heard it. Yeah, so it's gonna do this. So it you're right in front of it, you're gonna get it too. This thing all of a sudden, you've actually heard it making noise, kind of this mouth, and now you see this mouth of this thing and this kind of these beady eyes of this beady black eyes, and it goes, I am gonna take your souls. And kind of broken comments, trying to talk to you a little bit, but you kind of get that out of it. And this black ooze just kind of comes right out of its mouth, at Torn,
Is it
as
melee?
well as Zazriel, and I need you both to go ahead and give me Dex saving throws here.
Are you just gonna do Dex the whole time?
Maybe, but
23.
okay. So yeah, you make it
9. A 9.
9. You miss. All right.
You're getting your soul.
Can I parry it?
No, you can't parry it. No, this is this thing spewed this just black liquid statue here.
Get fucked a really bad look.
Exactly.
Because if you made
All
it,
right.
you wouldn't be able to.
Me
You're
after my
hostess.
mom's cooking.
So Torn, you are going to take 16 points of damage here, and this is acid damage.
Oh, I hate you.
So I have you at minus 21 now,
Oh no.
and and then Zazriel, that will put you at minus 8. I mean, I have you at minus 7 already, correct? So minus 15.
Why am I minus 7?
Remember?
Well, the acid.
No.
I'm not minus anything.
Okay, that could have been from before. Yeah, I'm like, you haven't taken anything, have you?
Yeah, I avoided the crawfish.
Yeah. No, I know I fought the crawfish. So 8
Well,
points.
I'm gonna fight.
I'm not afraid to take that.
I'm
I'm going back there.
Alright.
Like, when
All
you
right,
guys
so,
No one's sleeping there.
yeah. So yeah, he goes, I am going to eat your soul.
I think our friend's gonna give your soul to somebody else.
Alright. And Erebus, you are up. So yeah, you kind of hear this broken
Yeah. How tall is the ceiling where I'm at?
and here's 20 feet.
Alright, and I'm up 10. So move me up 10 vertically, and I'll go across the ceiling into that room. So burn 2. Yeah, so I only have 20 horizontal there. And I don't know if that'll get me inside of it or not.
It will.
And does the ceiling get higher in this room, or does it stay 20 everywhere?
No, it says 20.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably make it then. I don't know. You guys tell me you have a
Hands
shot.
upside down.
Yeah, you'll make it.
And shoots.
Okay, great. I'm gonna take a shot. I'll do it right as I'm emerging from the room, so I try to get advantage on the thing from stealth.
Okay.
You have to tell me if it sees me, but I was 24 before.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Okay. Alright, I'll take the shot. Here we go. Alright. That is cocked. Look at that. Alright, 15.
15, I believe he's gonna hit this bad boy. Doesn't have great armor.
Yeah, 15 hit for me.
Yeah, yep, it hits.
Alright, sweet damage. 10, 16, 19, and 5. So 24 points.
There you go.
Our training is paying off, I see.
Alright. Ah! Yeah, so as you hit it with that arrow, yeah, this just ooze comes, you know, this greenish whitish ooze just kind of comes pouring out more into the water here.
And if I can, I'm gonna end up behind that pillar. I think I have moved to get there. You guys tell me that.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go behind that pillar and then use a bonus to stealth.
Oh, it's 30 to get to where you are.
Yeah, it's
now.
30 to get to where you're at, so you wouldn't be able to. You would have to crawl up along the ceiling.
No, this whole thing was on the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm just saying what you're at 30 where you're at, so you'd have to still
You'd have to do more movement.
move
You have to use
more
your dash
movement. You
instead
have to
of
use your
fire.
dash basically to get there.
Right. Yeah. Well. Okay. Never mind. Just keep going. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean you get there, you just have to use your dash to get there.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'll use cunning action to dash to put me behind the pillar.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
All right, Kit, you are up.
Do I see the slime?
No. You know there's this glowing thing, and you've heard it talk, but it's behind the wall. It's down the stairs into the water, behind the wall down there. And Torn seems to probably be in front of it.
And I'm
He's
hurt.
swinging down
And
on
I'm
it.
like hurt.
And yeah, and you all saw this black, liquid fly even in the sky and hit Zazriel
Get here! You're
as well,
resistant to
and
this.
burn the
Acid.
face of of Torn.
Yeah, Tornachi yells, "Get in here! You're resistant to this."
How far away am I from us?
What is she?
20 feet.
20 feet.
No, she'd have to go around to get it.
Oh, so probably 30, 25?
30, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to go into the water, and it's going to take your whole movement to get to it. 30 feet.
I'll
How
go
much?
30 feet. That would
Okay,
bring
so
me next to Tor.
Actually, what I'm going to do, once she gets right there, how much did she move into the water?
It's 25.
Okay. I need you to go ahead and give me a dex check here.
Oh, and she has a new sword. Let's see how it works.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
All right. Perfect.
Again, same
Nope,
thing
she
I
doesn't
did.
move any further though. So what happens is you go into the water. You think you're about to sink. However, you're able to stay up. You know the water's deeper than it is, and you can't move any further. But you can't even touch the bottom of the pool where you're at. You're actually swimming right now.
So incapacitated, basically.
No, she's not incapacitated. I said she's swimming. There's a big difference between swimming and
So she
incapacitated.
couldn't attack,
She can't get any further. She can't move any further.
but she,
So
could
she's
she
done.
attack?
moving. She can't attack because she can't get to it.
Oh, she's
She's basically staying afloat right now, swimming. All right. So Elle, you are up.
Alright, she's going to step on
you want to
this
be incapacitated?
steps by going around that little stub wall and
Okay.
see if she can't do Sacred Flame on this thing.
Okay, sure.
burn, burn, burn,
DC 14 dex save for you. The monster.
That's gonna miss.
What's that?
It misses. It's a slug.
Negative.
Alright, 14 points of
Negative 3.
All right.
and she'll back up a step.
This.
Okay, go back up one step.
I have the visual of this thing.
All right. Just up the stair. All right. A new round. Zazriel, you are up.
Pop this thing like a cracker.
The ship is moving, guys. The ship is moving.
Down low. Down low.
So I get right here, I'll shoot.
All right.
I'm using the water steam to like these. Like a bonfire. Like a bonfire. And that's her light. The dark light.
And I cast Hunter's Mark.
It's gonna pop. But music too. Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you roll?
He rolled 1. And then a 3! Oh my gosh, a 1 and a 3!
So 1 and a 3.
12. Since 12 total.
12, I think just misses it. I'll take my inspiration die back. Yep, just misses. Need a 13. Oh, there's a natural 20 on the inspiration die. Right.
Natural 20!
Oh, wow.
That's what you get for trap.
18 points of damage.
Oh! I am shook. I am shook right now. I'm shook.
So, it goes, stop attacking me, and I'll help you and your group get across the water here. That's what he'll say. Just like I've heard that one before. Alright. Dar, you are up.
Dar's under the water, so they didn't hear shit. He comes up, he's going in for rage as a bonus action,
Okay.
and
behind
Torn.
Torn.
Well, you can come up out of the water, kind of in the water. You have to come up in the water and move. And what you're gonna have to do, yeah, he's gonna have to move, but he's gonna be swimming actually in the water.
You
So there's no, I can't go place to put my feet on.
No, now you realize there's no place to put your feet. That is deeper than you thought.
Oh, hell. Well, then he's not going to attack, because then he can't really swing an attack with that while he's trying to swim. So, you know what? I'm going to try to swim to the other side.
All right, and what's your, so you can only move for every 10 feet of movement, you can only move, so for every 30 feet of your movement, you can move 10 feet.
So it's 1 for 3, huh?
Yep, 1 for 3.
All right, well, I moved 10 feet forward then, but I've got
can move 20.
5 extra that I can use.
You don't want him to double move, you just want a single move?
Sure, I'll do a double move. Give me 20 feet total.
You're halfway, roughly.
All right, Torn, you're up.
Ah! That will hit for 12 on the die.
All right.
I'm going to use my distracting strike. So that'll give me an extra D8. 5 plus 3.
Stand up.
Yeah, where he's at right now currently. That might change in a second, but yeah.
12 points of damage. And then he's going to action surge.
Okay, before that,
Action surge, dude?
before that, I need you. Actually, no, do your action surge. Go ahead. Sorry, that's fine. Action surge.
I miss.
You missed. All right.
I don't fumble, but I miss.
All right. Now I need you to make a dex save again.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Wait, you fumbled and then you action surge?
No, I had it.
Oh.
And 19 on the die with the dex
All right.
save.
So yep, you're fine. You stay put.
Save up.
All right, Valiant, you are up.
Okie dokie, they carefully move 30 feet onward. Where does that put me?
Well, 20 foot puts you in front of the lake.
Okay, if I'm in front of the lake, can I see what you guys are fighting, or do I have to
Yes.
start moving?
No, you can see it right around the corner. Torn is fighting this thing against the wall, and it looks like this greenish giant slug that's kind of stuck on the wall. Ooze is coming out of it, and it also has kind of this silvery, shimmering, these kind of, design patterns kind of going through it, a little bit like how the walls have been.
Gotcha.
Start, go.
Did I hear anything about it trying to submit and us responding to it?
Yeah, you would have heard that.
Did anyone respond to it?
No.
What did you
Other than John saying I've heard that one before, but
We're
Alright,
killing
I'm
it.
gonna use my wand to hit it with 3 knocking missiles.
okay,
So it'll be 11 points of damage.
perfect.
And that is it.
All right.
It's 1 charge per usage, right, guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool, thanks. That's it.
All right.
Melee. Come on with melee.
No, the thing disengages and goes into the water.
Run from Dorn of Asgard. Oh, come on, I'm gonna use Asgard as his last name. Run from Dorn of Asgard. You didn't Hunter's Market.
I know I didn't. I can see this.
All right, so it dives into the water. You guys lose sight of it. All right, Erebus, you are up.
Sorry, you better swim faster.
I'm trying.
So I'm gonna stealth again at the beginning of this round.
Okay.
Alright, that's nice. 23.
All right,
And,
perfect.
And so even though it was glowing before, we don't see it through the water. The water's too dark or deep or whatever.
Yeah, probably both. Too
Bright
dark.
light there.
Too deep.
Oh
Huh?
yeah, bright light, bright light.
Yeah, the bright light doesn't seem to go through the dark water. That illuminates the top of this pool,
Stop it. Again.
but it doesn't illuminate through this dark algae thick water.
Oh, I have.
All right, I'll cast dancing lights and push them in the water roughly where I think it went. 4 blocks, just space them.
I'm sorry, what are you doing? I missed that.
Dancing lights.
Oh, dancing lights. Okay.
Yep. 4 torch-sized lights, 10 feet deep, space them equal distance around those first 2 pillars on the right.
Alright. So,
Just make something up. You guys, something logical.
got it. Cool.
And then that's it. Yeah, perfect.
Alright.
Do they all have to be 10 feet apart from each other?
Let's see. This is what that 10 foot radius to what? I don't have the full spell. Give me a minute, but that's fine. What you just did.
Alright.
But underwater, you cast it.
Yeah, underwater.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah. I guess. Am I able to see anything?
No, you don't see anything.
Alright, I'm all done.
Alright, Kit, you are up.
Do I see where this thing disappeared to?
Just keep swimming.
Ah,
Keep swimming.
It went underwater, but you currently, the water is so, dirty
There's a
and
shark
dark.
in the water.
You can't currently see it from your vantage point. Yeah, right now you can't see it.
There's a shark in the water. Get out.
I could actually become a shark in the water.
Don't know if you want to.
I'm not going to, but I could.
You should.
Why? That's a waste of my second.
Yeah, it would be definitely
Animal.
lost.
Just get experience with finishing off this thing.
Get experience.
So what do you do, Kit?
I'm just gonna try to live across the water.
Alright, so swim. So she's gonna swim. You're gonna use double move to swim?
Yep.
Alright, okay.
Do you want to swim where Dar's going towards, or do you want to swim the other way where the slug was going towards?
I think she said you want to go across. Are you gonna try to head to the other door?
Well, there's 2 pathways she can take.
Oh, yeah.
There's right or left.
Well, she did go straight, too.
There was this thing.
It's just a brazier. She can swim by it.
Alright.
That's where your
I'm
things
just
lit
gonna
up.
go straight across at the moment.
Okay. Got you. Elle, you are up.
Okay. Step her 5 feet towards Torn, and I'm gonna hit him with a freaking bandage.
Alright.
New level is 4.
I have not hit him yet.
No one's been. Everybody's right now that all.
Right.
Well, except me.
9 plus level, so.
How much?
4 now.
Yeah, you're 4? 13? Alright, 13 points.
I like easy. 7, so then that means I'm 9 safe.
Alright, so there you are,
I
minus 8.
that was zipped to the last one of level.
And my wounds have been.
Okay, I'll challenge. I'll just roll this twice. 18.
Got it. Alright, thank you. Alright, it's a new round. Tazriel, you are up.
Perception check.
Go ahead, give me one. Now, are you going to do a quick perception check so you can still act? Or are you going to really try to focus and spend?
So if I do the full round, do I get to move still?
Yes, you can move. It's just your action.
I'm gonna do quick.
Do it quick? Alright, go ahead.
Oh, right off the 18. 11.
Nope, you do not see it
It's a slug.
It went this direction, back towards the top.
It seemed to go that direction. Yes.
Pop.
Is this thing still lighting up?
Huh?
Like his area that he came from?
No, that was him.
That was him. Okay, it was just lighting.
Yep.
And move into the corridor. I go up to the maximum 15 feet up off the ground.
Okay.
And I'm waiting to shoot it when it pops up.
All right.
Bringing an action to shoot.
Have Jot fly on over to you.
Hey, Jot, do you see it? Oh, I don't need to see Jot. Never mind.
Yeah, he's invisible. Where'd the little bug go? All right. Actually, he'll take a quick look. No, he doesn't see it. That water's dark. All right, Dar, you are up. Dar, did you step away?
Yeah, his video's down, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, not down, but he's away, yeah.
All right, so we'll come back to Dar. All right, Torn, you are up.
Yeah. Give me that frog. So, one question. Can he wield his crossbow and shield? Like one hand?
No.
Okay.
Crossbow is a two-handed weapon.
Could I put away my axe crossbow and just pull out my axe shield and pull out my crossbow?
No, you can't do
Because
all
we're
that.
in the water. Okay.
Well, it's not because you're in the water. You can't put everything. You could put those things away, and the next turn pull it.
I was like gonna use my action and no move. I was just going to spend the whole round doing that. I was gonna see if I could do that.
You can put both things away.
Then he's not gonna do that. It'll take 2 rounds. So he's just going to decide to swim like a fishy. Unless he had to put his stuff away and swim like a fishy.
All right, so you're gonna put your shield and your axe away and
Swimming like a fishy.
All right, give me athletics at disadvantage.
Is it a check? How a skill?
Athletics
It's a skill.
at disadvantage.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and I'm going to use this card.
All right, add a d12 to any skill or attack roll.
Yep, and that should do it. An 18 total.
All right, an 18 total. So so you can go ahead.
Rolled an 11 and a 3.
And
Yeah, 17
so
and
it's
3,
30
yeah.
movement, so he moves 10 feet.
Oh yeah, wait, can I move 20?
You had to remember you put your stuff away.
Okay.
10 feet, buddy. Swim.
Move 10. He's swimming like a fishy.
All right. All right, Valiant, you're up.
Okay, so the thing slipped into the water. What's everyone doing
So you see across the room Zazriel kind of hovering in her angel form, trying to look to see where this thing is with the bow out. You see Dar, Kit, and now Torn swimming across the room, and you are right next to Elle there at the bottom of the stairs.
Is Elle not going in the water?
Elle has not gone in the water. You and
No with the brain in the group. Elle, what are we doing?
Apparently there's a slug,
That's eventful.
and it now, I think, has gone underwater, evading all knowledge, and we're waiting for it to either come up or we find it or something.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just accompany you. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, this is not exactly a lovely environment for relaxing.
That's for sure. That's it, Bobo. Well done.
All right. All right. Erebus, you are up.
kind of went up and to the right, or we have no idea which direction it went?
Yeah, well, when it dived off into the water, yeah, you think it went towards the direction where it originally was.
Okay, so move me that direction, 30 feet. I'm going to just creep along the ceiling, and then I'll do a reactive spot. I'm going back to 3-5. Actually, I'm going to move the lights along with me as a bonus action.
Okay.
So move those forward the way I think it went, I guess. And then I'll do a reaction perception and see if I can see him. All right, that is a 24.
Okay. You see it. It's behind that pillar, the back pillar close to the stairs. And it's under it seems to probably be on the surface of the base of this. So you actually do see it with your shimmering that gives you the help where you actually do see it.
All right. So can I take a shot?
Yeah, you can take a shot.
All right, I'm taking a shot then. See what I can do here, guys.
Go ahead.
Ooh, natural 20.
All right, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit.
Only if I was blending my savage.
It's gonna hit, not hit though.
One exploding die.
Very nice.
All right. Let me count that out. We got 11 and 7. That's 18 on the exploder. That's 24. And those are shitty though. 28, 30, 34, and 5. 39.
Nice.
It doesn't go down?
No.
How tough is this slug?
Apparently very tough.
He's a slugger, man. He's a slugger.
He's
Very
tough.
nice. So yeah, so you hit it, and yeah, some ooze just comes bubbling up out of the water there. All right, Kit, you are up.
Am I hit by the ooze?
No.
Yeah,
You're up, but no, you're not hit by the ooze. It's more of the ooze on the blood from this creature. It's kind of coming up. But you don't see that even. You see where Erebus shot an arrow. You're heading towards that. It seems to be around that pillar, that final pillar that you're kind of swimming towards. It's towards the back door there.
everybody saw it.
Yeah.
And now I know what I'm going to do.
Which ways can I go?
You can continue to swim straight. You can swim backwards. You can go any direction you want, really, right now. You're swimming.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Which ways is the sort of platforms I can get out of the water?
Yeah, so if you continue to swim, just continue swimming north towards the other set of stairs where there's another door there.
Okay.
So you want to go ahead and move her double again? L, you are up.
Oh. We haven't spotted.
Well, we know where it's at.
She yells out, "Do we have it spotted?"
Not I.
Apparently you don't get an answer.
It is Ireland.
I mean, you saw Erebus shoot an arrow down in the water, but...
I saw that. That's all.
Well, you saw an arrow
Yeah.
come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I'm not
alright, she's
always
going
glad I see the angel soldiers. I'm like, oh, that's Erebus. There comes out.
Alright, she's going to step forward into the water,
Okay.
and she's going to touch Thorn.
Torrens.
Torn's actually 10 feet into the water.
So I'm gonna have to go 5-10 feet before I can touch him, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to start swimming.
That's okay.
Okay, that's fine. You can swim. Yep.
Now I'll touch him and say, go find him, will you? And give him guidance.
Okay.
And just like that, Valiant scares the hell away too. There you go.
Elle, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Half plate.
All right. I'm also gonna need you to make a athletics check.
Okay. Athletics is natural 20.
All right, you're fine. All right, perfect.
I got a 19, she got a 20.
All right.
Assist.
All right. New round. Zazriel, you are up.
Hop where that shot came from.
Disadvantage shooting at where he shot.
Huh?
I'm gonna try to shoot where he shot at.
All right. Yep. Disadvantage.
It ain't chance.
That'd be a 19.
Okay, that's gonna hit.
Or 12 points.
All right.
And then second shot. Nope, that's gonna miss. Yo, I thought it was a fumble. But you're
Okay.
2 and a 3. Close
All
one.
right. All right, Dar, you are up. And sorry, Dar, we missed you actually last round too. So really, you had last round to act.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to walk away for a few
No, that's fine. So are you continuing to swim towards that other door?
Yeah. And so I'm both turns. I'll continue to swim double moves. So I would have been another weapon. So now I'd be 40 feet.
Yeah, Dar, what armor are you wearing?
None.
That's what I thought. Okay, perfect. So you want to move Dar twice?
Oh, and then Zazriel falls from the sky, the angel laid bones on
Could
him.
be almost there. 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, you're almost there. Yeah, you're almost there.
I kind
All
of.
right. All right, Torn, you are up.
Can he pull out his crossbow and shoot, or will have to like where that?
You're swimming, buddy.
Or will have
You're
to
doing anything. What you are doing right now is you're in plate mail, swimming. And the only thing you're going to be able to do is try to stay afloat and swim.
Could I move back to a crossbow and shoot?
Either way, whichever direction you swim, you're not going to be able to pull out a crossbow and shoot, buddy. You got to use anything you have to either get out of the water or swim towards.
15. Okay, I'll move there.
All right, now I need you once again to make an athletics check at disadvantage.
That one's worse.
7.
All right, so you sink underwater.
But you don't.
Con save?
Yes, make the Constitution saving throw.
Just water breathing.
Oh, does he have water breathing?
No, guidance. Oh yeah, I do.
Huh?
I do.
All do. Al gave it to us.
Oh wait, we do? Oh, this thing.
Oh, that's right. No, how long does water breathing
24
last?
hours.
24 hours?
24 hours.
All right, that's perfect. Then you're fine. You don't.
Yeah, I'm like,
you're-
oh,
Yeah.
you did, son, you
All right.
did.
Then you sink.
Yeah, I'm just like,
All
I'm
right.
thinking, you
That
did.
first breath of water is a scary one.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's about right. Yeah, I can breathe that, but I sure don't want to.
Yeah. All right. Valiant,
There's
you.
unless we figured that out. So,
Valiant, you are up.
okay.
Well, you still need to swim.
That are dangerous when the chances of success are not 100%. Thus, I continue reading.
All right. So, all right.
Love it.
We could just stay underwater.
That's awesome.
All right.
I swear to God.
All right. All right. Erebus, the thing moves out of your sight.
Alright, but I see which direction it's going.
You don't. It doesn't seem to come towards you.
What do I see?
Let's say that.
What do I see?
Okay.
You lose sight of it.
Yeah,
But
I
I,
after Torn.
And you are up now.
Do I see
Yep.
anything?
No, you don't.
So can you point to where it was before? I didn't actually follow that.
It was right at that back pillar, right where,
Finger. The
right
finger
by
of-
where Kit's at.
The finger of a
Alright, well, let me try my reactive spot at the beginning of the round instead of at the end like I did last time. So let me just see if I can tell which direction it went. Alright. Oh, I got a natural 19 and an 18. Alright. So that is 27.
So yeah, it swam. You assume it swam probably along the back wall there, away from you, towards
Okay.
Zazriel, probably.
Okay, so I'm gonna move my lights there as a bonus action,
Okay.
and then I want to cast Fairy Fire.
All
I need, to
15
be within
feet?
I need to be within 60 feet, so let me know if I need to move.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, and then I have a 20-foot cube. So do I have a good enough idea which 20-foot cube he might be in?
No, you won't have. No.
You can guess.
All right, well, just make a guess, someone. I can't see. So
So 20-foot cube is probably an 80% of your life.
it's a so 20 by 20 by 20, so 4 by 4 by 4, a lot of squares.
Okay.
And then if it's in there, DC 12 charisma save.
You could get your whole life.
Jack needs to make one.
Well, no, that whole thing would be underwater though. So
Okay.
Oh, 17 on the die.
yeah, that's surprising. Easy save. All right, and I am out of actions. I guess I'll move it. Well, I'm fine where I am.
All right. Kit. You could swim to shore, right?
Yep.
You would swim to shore to the stairs there.
That's what I'll do. Sorry, I was eating.
Oh, that's okay. All right. Elle, you are up.
Lost him again, have we?
I think he might be going under. Maybe he's traveling downstream again.
No, we must not speak of him. Like, oh no, don't question.
Oh no, we're still talking about Chuck there. We're not talking about Saskia.
Oh, we haven't repeated Saskia.
Might need to, where's Chuck? He's under again.
Yeah, he's right underneath my light.
Get up, Chuck. Come on.
He's just down there looking up.
No, I'm actually looking around. Like, I'm looking out down here.
It's dark, buddy.
I'm just
It's dark water.
but the lights, the dancing lights would have moved, so I'd have been able to see.
Alright, Elle's going to,
Correct.
You signed your turn.
gonna back up towards Valian and
Alright.
ready to cast again.
Okay. All right. New round. All right, Zazriel, you are up.
Quick spot.
Oh, good spot. I'm not gonna go. Oh, you have no light. Nope. Random shot. Where he shot.
He didn't shoot anywhere. He shot a radius.
When could go a chance.
I'm not throwing with a chance, man.
I guess actually that area is lit up now, Bill.
Yeah, no, I know.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, 6 total.
Everything glows there, yeah.
Yeah, so it will help us see him. You can obviously move.
But your fairy fire or your dancing lights is gone, right?
That is correct. Yep, thank you, Dan. Yep.
No, move the dancing line. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Why?
That was just 20-foot cube glowing now.
Oh, 20-foot cube is glowing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's even better.
Wait, so I could. So I'd be able to see him then. Or it just helps me see him.
Yeah, he would be at advantage, technically. Or is this like super dark water?
It's super dark water.
And you ain't able to see it.
That's right. I'm ready to shoot when it comes up.
Unless you underwater. you
Like
can't
gross
see
water,
it.
that's very important.
Yes.
I have my back to the ceiling.
Keep breathing it, Torn. Keep breathing it.
Yeah, floating above.
All right. Dar is up.
What? Okay, you cheated. You
He's doing
cheated.
the breaststroke.
All right.
Optimus going with four-legged dwarf women that swim between their knees.
All right.
Yes.
Yep. You can get onto the stairs there.
I'll go to.
Alright. I guess that's about all I think I can do.
Okay. Yeah. So you're on the stairs. You're out. There's a door there that's closed. Torn, you're up.
Can I make a quick perception to see if I see it? Because I see this light, like, just cube.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick perception.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's go. 18 total.
Okay, so you see the light over there, but you don't see it.
You rolled a 17 on the dice, guys. I thought it was going to be a higher number.
Hey, I have a low wisdom. I have a low wisdom.
All right, so what do you do, buddy?
Next time, remember to use the guidance I gave you. That you have yet to use.
He's actually going to spend his full turn. Can he spend his full turn looking?
Just made a spot check.
You just no. You already
Oh, then I'm
said
going
you were
to.
going to do it quick, buddy.
No, that's
Perfect
hilarious.
timing, Dad.
Sure.
He goes into the light. That's no, that would be a dumb idea. He goes above water.
You're going to try to swim back on up?
Yep.
All right.
Right through the surface.
Give me a disadvantage athletics.
Oh my gosh. Okay, an 8.
All right, so you don't go any. You're just like underwater, just trying to get back to the surface.
You get up a
You
little
guys
bit.
might see a hand pop up, and then
you hear smack.
back down. So you might see the half-orc hand pop up, and then it goes back down into the water. All right.
You hear, hey, you hear see bubbles pop up. Help!
John's like, what is that? John's like,
Bubbles that say help.
Johnson, what is that moron doing under there? All right, Valiant, you are up.
He's lost in the constellation.
Come on across the water there, Valiant. The water's warm, I think.
Why? What's the point?
I don't know. Jot will say this. It's right underneath me right now. It's right underneath me. All right.
Could have told me that before. Jeff. Coming in, Jeff. I want to show you over. Over.
Spit at me.
If he tries to bite me, just try to bite me and I'll punch it.
All right, Erebus, you are up.
Punch it.
Really?
Alright, so I'm going to use cunning action to stealth. And that is an 18. And then I'm going to do a reactive perception to try to see if I can see it with Jot's help there.
All right, go ahead.
It's on.
Alright. That's a 21.
21, you do not see it.
Just pop where it's what it was.
Alright, just keep watching. I'll tell you, Jot, I can't see it. I'm ready to shoot.
John says, well, I don't see you. Maybe if you moved over here, maybe you got a little bit better angle on it.
Alright, I'll move to Jot then, that's fine. I don't know where Jot is, but yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, he says this out loud. He just says it out loud, so you can hear his.
where his voice is.
Yeah, because that's what he said that out loud too when he said it to everybody.
Alright, yeah, move me to that pillar, and I already did my reaction,
Yeah.
so I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Around, but
All right, Kit, you are up.
I asked Dar, when did you take a level? When did you learn how to sing? Because that was atrocious.
When I was on her knee, I was just a wee little lad back then.
That song was atrocious.
Oh, she used to sing that we could sing me to sleep.
closer to the door.
So steps up the other part of the steps, just right at the doorway. All right. All right. You do anything else?
I do some we're done.
No, you're done, Kit. Just hanging out.
I'm done.
All right, Al, you are up.
Alright. So we think it's down that ways. Yeah, I'm going to I don't have a I am.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm just babbling. She's
Oh.
falling over, looking at things. No, don't want to do that. No, don't want to do that. Yeah. Alright, she starts walking into the water.
Okay. You're just gonna just walk at the underwater, basically just walk through the water.
Yep.
All right, it's still. Yep. Perfect. All right, new round. Zazriel, you are up.
Spot check. Right where we
Oh, off the 19.
16.
No.
Alright, I'll shoot twice blindly into the water where it dies.
Okay.
Wow, that'd been nasty.
Oh yeah, natural 20.
13.
13. No. Just.
Wait. Oh, it's because of the water counts as cover. But because that would have hit his normal AC, then it had cover.
Another natural 20. Are you shitting me?
2 natural 20s.
18.
18.
Roll percentage, I think.
No.
What? That's +5 to its AC.
You gotta be shitting.
That what? Like, what is this thing's AC underwater?
10, 20, 30.
You just gave it an AC.
Jock's like, what are you doing, Zazriel? I'd come closer. It's right underneath me. Right behind this stone pillar, you pinhead. All right, Dar, you are up.
It's half covered. Plus it's water.
Alright. It's still around there, but we're all over here except for Valiant across the other side still. Is that the idea?
So, Valiant's on the other side.
Torn's gone.
Torn and Elle are both underwater. You don't see Erebus. You don't see Jot. You hear Jot talking, but he seems probably right above you at something close to you. And Zazriel's flying around the room.
Now, is that thing glowing from that fairy fire or not?
The water there is glowing. Yes.
But not the creature itself.
Not the creature itself.
Alright. So, what's his door look like?
It is, I believe, bronze wooden door here. Let me just double check. Yeah, they're just like the other side. They're bronze doors here with just some blue, bluish green, color. It's just from just being here with the water, the oxygen, and stuff like that. So this looks exactly like from when you just came through the other side of the room.
Can I use investigation to see if it's trapped or not? Or if it's locked?
You certainly can.
Cool.
Don't do it. No. I
I don't know squat. I actually cut my finger on the door handle because I rolled a 1.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you probably, yeah.
It's trapped.
Yeah.
It's trapped.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you might think it's trapped. That's very good. Yep. You think it's trapped, yeah.
This thing got a trap on it. You gotta come take care of this for me.
All right.
I hurt myself. It's a good thing I'm resistant to poison or I'd be dead.
All right, Torn, you are up. You're up, Torn.
I believe I can break the water.
So, what are you doing?
Okay?
What are you gonna do?
Okay! I'm still gonna use the guidance though. I'm not trusting that. 15.
Okay.
Can't help.
15?
2 times. 15 total.
All right, so yeah, so you swim up to the surface.
I believe I am free.
You swim.
Yeah, I see.
All right, go ahead and.
3, 2. Wait, can I swim more?
If you want to do double, you can do double. Remember, you can only move 10 feet for every 30 feet.
I know, it's like 20 feet.
Okay, yeah. All right, so yeah, so you gotta see Torn emerge, plate mail and all, swimming.
Nice.
Just swimming across the water.
Chugga, chugga, chugga.
All right,
chugga.
Valiant, you are up.
I want this monster truck.
Valiant, you're up.
My apologies. Got it. I'm just waiting. Whatever.
All right.
You go shout out. Let me know when Erebus is safe because I can't spider climb myself at the same time.
All right. So,
Oh, and it appears in front of me. Oh.
no, he emerges from the water and Jock's gonna be above him.
Oh yeah, both of them are back at the door. Actually.
I know.
Yeah. So that would actually give me room to work.
So he emerges above the water, comes up out of the water. Huh?
Yeah, I think I have it ready.
No one's ever ready.
Yep, you didn't have it ready. You look.
And he
I
Yeah,
didn't actually
you
answer. Okay, carry on.
he spews acid on Dar
Okay, Kit.
and Kit.
Okay, kid, this is your time to shine.
So I need you both to make dex saving throws here.
Kit may
of
take
course.
a fourth of
And
damage.
it's acid, Kit. So
You take half
Listen,
of
I
that.
can see.
When I get advantage with acid,
No, you take half.
you're resistant.
So you take half.
So I believe you just take
Just like the
that.
last stand.
And then you roll.
Yeah, we did.
You roll to see if you take a fourth damage.
All right, but first off, both of you, make dex saving throws here.
I got 7.
Okay, so she takes half damage.
So 7 and then 4 for Dar.
So half.
All right, so Dar,
I'm gonna roll half.
you are going to take 15 points of damage, so I have you at minus
And Kit
17.
takes 7.
Yep, that's what I got.
And then Kit, I have you take 7 points of damage. So I have you at 8, minus 8 now.
So it's right there in front of me?
Yes, it is. Arab at the bottom of the stairs. But yes, it's pretty much right in front of you. Erebus, you are up now.
Alright, so I'm gonna take a shot. Do you want to see if he's aware?
He's not aware of you.
Alright, I will take a shot then. Alright, AC 17.
That's going to hit him.
Alright.
We had such a tough time with the stick. I mean, slow.
15 and 5, 20 points.
All right, he is still up.
Is he like shaking?
Oh, he's bleeding.
His
There's
is
pus all over
relevant.
the place.
There's a magic bow.
Yeah, no, it's not in this case.
Then I'm gonna use a bonus to I'll move somewhere I've got a little bit of concealment, and then I'll do a cunning action to hide again.
Okay. Maybe on the other side of the pillar.
Not the greatest though. 16.
All right, let me see here. Yeah, you think he's aware of you this time. All right, so if he's still alive, Kit, you are up.
Use your new sword.
Is this thing resistant to acid too?
You don't know, but you probably assume, hey, and you know, things that shoot acid, just like you are, probably is resistant. You're not 100% sure. Could be immune, for all you know. You don't know. You never fought a giant slug that spews acid.
Use your new sword.
I'm gonna reach for that.
Well, no, you can literally, you can take 5 feet and attack him with a weapon if you want. He's literally at the bottom of the stairs.
I can also cast Flaming Spear at it.
That is true. You can do that too.
I'd like to do that.
Okay. Is that an attack or a save?
Attack,
All right, go ahead.
which is I can't remember what die.
Well, D20 to hit first.
Yeah.
Always
I rolled a 3.
All right, that is not going to hit him.
I know that's not gonna hit him.
All right, do you do anything else?
I move 5 and try to hit him with my sword. If
Okay.
I can.
That was a gremlin.
So is Flaming Sphere an action or is it a bonus
It
action?
was an action. It was an action.
Yep, then you won't be able to attack with your sword as well.
Okay. Then I just
Stay back.
I just stay back.
Okay. L, you are up. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
That's pretty much what I hear, though.
Yes, yes, you're walking down below. Just keep on walking.
Well, I want to walk to the to this brazier.
Okay,
So,
no problem.
is that something I can do in
Yeah.
one move, or
Yeah, absolutely.
okay? And so this brazier is on a pedestal, or does it rise? Is there a dais that rises up?
So yeah, these are what it is yeah, it seems to just rise up. They're corrode. What you're seeing, what down below, it's just like the steel is whatever it is there is corroded. There's probably bronze, these bronze braziers, but they're pretty corroded down here under the under the water here. There doesn't seem to be anything that you would even consider. There's nothing that you can see it like loose coins or anything like that of value here. You don't think there's nothing special down here at all?
Okay, but so what I'm coming up to is underwater. It's a support structure to hold up this brazier that's above water.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Pedestal. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Check that out. Probably it for my action.
Yeah. All right. New round. Zazriel, you are up.
Lazarus. Should have saved my action so I can use this to attack. But I'm gonna try and draw its attention.
Firing your bow on it. All right.
Let's see if we can hit something.
15
Yes.
15 hits.
for 15 points.
All right. How do you finish. Let me pronounce this name of this if I can. Te Ku Ziz Ta Ko Tel.
I finish it with the first arrow.
It's the Lord of the Snails.
Through the back of his skull.
The Lord of Snails.
And then my last arrow, I shoot
That means you become the Lord of
directly through his chest.
Let's check.
It doesn't have a chest, it's a slug.
It's back.
Okay, my bad. It's back.
And so yeah, the ooze, you just pop it with your arrows. It just goes through, and it just kind of slumps and kind of sinks back into the water.
Does he transform into a slug?
No. All right. Good job. So you kill the slug, the Lord of the Slug, or the Lord of the Snails, I should say.
I think the term is snailed it.
Snailed it. Yes, you snailed it. That's
an
for
arrow.
sure. And this is probably a perfect time to stop.
I know, like, I got tomorrow.
Stuck by an eel. It hurts. There's probably poison in my mouth right
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, we are almost
Yep. So we're a little
busy this week.
behind our schedule or whatever, so we're ending a little later than normal. So I'm not going to ask for MVPs tonight.
You're just
So we
gonna give me
can
MVP?
kind of.
You're just gonna give it to me.
I'm just going to give it to Tori. No, I'm not. So I'm going to go ahead and just end the session here for tonight. Good at killing the Lord of the Snails. It's a tough thing to kind of kill with this water and stuff. But we'll start off next week with you guys kind of going through the next story here. We'll be back next Wednesday night at 7:30 Central Time to continue on through
When do we get to the actual shrine?
the shrine. You're in the shrine. What do you mean, an actual shrine?
Well, like the actual shrine that get our objectives done.
Your objective is
This
to
was not
find.
even our objective, man.
Your objective is to find the.
We got thrown into this. This
The
was
people,
never even
yeah.
our objective.
This wasn't. Yeah, you're just down. Now you want to get out so you don't die, choke to death. So.
Erebus, we never would have found this.
Yep. If, we'll go ahead and sign out and see you hopefully next Wednesday. Like, if you have made it to the end, go ahead hit subscribe on YouTube or on Twitch. Hit the follow button. When we're on next. With that, I'm gonna sign out. Remember, it's cool to be a geek.
Pass it on, and I beat him to it.
See you next Wednesday.